Hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode of The Process here with
Jeremy.
and my name is David. We are the two creatives behind Revolution Dance Theater, and we just like to stop every once in a while, check in, and let you know how things are going around here.
Or
So coming off of I Dream of Me, yes, we kind of got that show wrapped up, premiered April 1st. What was your thoughts on it? How did it go for you over in Jeremy's world?
yeah. So I Dream of Me definitely from the first show, from the beginning of the first show, it definitely started a little rough, unanticipated things with costuming and props, but other than that, the show flowed. Had to stop and restart, technical difficulties, but it flowed and the audience was really into it. And I think they really loved it.
Yeah, I love that. It's like one of the things that, and this is kind of like what we wanted, right? When we set it up, like we wanted to put out this product that has this type of air of excellence around it, and people come to us for that. And it's crazy how things that you just know, you just don't think that you have to think about, are things that you rehearse it and things go well every single time, and it's always right when we're right in front of an audience that something decides to just do something a little different. Now, the thing that from the first show that I walked away with, so a little context if you're just now like joining us, like I Dream of Me was the first time we did a show that specifically centered and focused our kids, and we're trying to teach them not just how to dance but how to become artists, and a part of that is giving them professional opportunities. So we make this whole big deal about how we don't do recitals and how we want this professional quality show. And it was that in, the videos and things will show that. But man, that first performance, when that baby walked on stage in them Crocs, the white Crocs, I was like, things you just don't think you have to tell somebody, ahead of time. And all the way down to stuff on our end where the set was just perfectly fine and beautiful and just stayed there until the first show, when suddenly it looked like it was falling apart at some point.
And the LED wall.
Oh yeah,
was
just blank
perfectly.
Right, displayed perfectly until the show. And I don't even think either one of us even noticed, because
at first, no.
Because the music is tied to the video, and the music played.
The music was playing.
And we're like, oh, yeah, beautiful lights, dancers. And it's like, oh, there's nothing on the screen.
On the wall.
Well, let's start and restart. And just a really, really quick. And those things are humbling, because I think it teaches this kind of bigger lesson of, it's not, what makes professionalism isn't the absence of mistakes, but what happens after you've made the mistake. And that's what I like for our team to see, our volunteers to see, our kids to see as we train. And it's like, as long as we know that we put in the work and we put in the time, like those aren't the things that I walk away from with a huge long laundry list of notes, or I'm never like really upset. It's like, we are allowed to make mistakes. The thing is, how quickly do we recover for them, and are we still making the same mistakes over and over again? But ultimately, I Dream of Me, thank you to every single person that came out and supported it, because it was an amazing experience. And now, like, to have our work out there on Spotify and to have a book that's now in circulation. Somebody just bought a book from me yesterday, and was just looking at it, and one of the things he just kept saying over and over again was like, wow, this is beautiful. And then we're like, well, who are these girls? Like, how did you get it? I'm like, those are our students, and just the concept that the two of us kind of conceived the idea and really kept on having those creative meetings and, you know, figuring out this whole thing about this caterpillar and butterfly. But seeing that whole thing come to life, thank you guys. And it'll be coming back this summer at Washington Park on Juneteenth weekend. But um, really excited about that. But you know, what else is going on with you, sir? How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Just getting ready for Bible stories.
Yeah, we
Biography.
move, yay, right on into. We will get to
Mhm.
see Mr. Jeremy on stage
Yep.
again.
I'm a
Always a
dancer again.
fan favorite of people.
Yep. Gotta get back
Yeah.
at it.
How was rehearsal?
Mhm.
This was your first full weekend of
Mhm.
rehearsals this
Yeah.
past weekend.
Yep.
How was that?
I feel like my body still is in the process of catching up. I did get like two cramps, like
Oh,
I got like
goodness.
two cramps back to back in my thighs and whatnot. I mean, after a day of like pretty much dancing and like going skating and like after rehearsal, and so it's been a lot of activity after not so much dancing and rehearsal, and then jumping back into dancing and rehearsal. My body was
Drink
like,
that water and do them stretches after.
for
Yeah.
sure. And all I was drinking was water. And the same night, boom. So, but yeah, other than that, keeping up with the videos. I was rehearsing yesterday, watching the videos in my sister's living room, spinning around. Like, okay, I got this a little better, got this a little better. But yeah, it just needs to be drill the choreography and keep going.
Yeah. I'm really proud of it because, like, I think I Dream of Me got to showcase and change the idea and perceptions of what people think about of the academy. And I think Bible Stories is going to give people the opportunity to change their perceptions of all of us as dancers.
Yeah.
You know, and one of the things that I was conscious of going into this is how much people I've heard, you know, the different takeaways and what people value about RDT. And our entertainment value is something that's good. And yeah, we have like, you know, these fancy lights and LED wall and things like that. But above all things, like when we're doing a dance concert, that the dance is good and that the dance is quality. And so what I wanted to do personally with Bible Stories was use this as an opportunity to showcase all of our dancers and showcase everybody well. But also push every single dancer, including myself, outside of their comfort zones. And like, y'all, we dancing. It's a lot.
It's a lot of dance.
It's a lot of
It
dance.
is a lot of dance.
And it's a lot of technique. And
yeah.
and it's like, can you, you know, still do ballet and change people's perceptions of Revolution Dance Theater and what we're capable of, and still put on this highly engaging, highly entertaining show? And I think we can. Yeah. So I'm excited about Bible Stories myself. What's your favorite song? Do you have one yet? Listen to it.
Favorite song? I think I want to say Stranger. I want to say Stranger is about the favorite, but I'm starting to like Majesty, and it's like it just kind of comes up out of nowhere. And my head starts playing, and I'm like, Majesty.
Yeah.
But yeah, that and
TD Jakes.
The intro,
yeah.
I was about to say the intro to isn't it Majesty? The
Yeah.
intro, the intro to Majesty. Yeah, when TD Jakes just speaking.
He's so animated in everything he does. It's so cool, and it's like such a full circle moment to do this concert at a professional level in this professional venue at the Aronoff Center. And just to bring it full circle with I Dream of Me and what that meant for the kids having this vision of something that they weren't quite sure of what they were seeing. You know, this caterpillar with no idea of flight or like no idea of what a butterfly is and what it may later become. But they would have these dreams of it, these visions of it, visions of flight, not knowing that they were born to fly. And, you know, to make a long story short, I just remember being a kid and listening to Bible Stories, the album, you know. My Aunt Sharon and my grandmother would play that album like all the time. And I would have visions of like, because it was so well done and like so vivid in my imagination, like I would just see these things happening with real people, and just never imagining that one day, like those things that I was seeing as a kid, like it would be my job to bring it to life and bring it to the Aeronaut Center and to share it with people, and to get to produce that. And you know, TD Jakes was like really one of the biggest influence of me wanting to like write and go into theater, and like listening to him. I think Woman Art Loose was like the really big thing he was doing at the time, and Loose that man and set him free. And the way he was so passionate when he talked about anything and could just bring a room to life. To get to like dance to like his voice on that stage is simply amazing. So man, I would just say I'm excited about Bible stories as this as a person who's dancing in it, as a person who gets to co-create it, and I would just really, really encourage people to come and check it out, because we're moving our bodies in a way that is definitely sure to move your soul. And I look forward to using these podcasts, these next few, or even, I don't know what you think about maybe even starting a series, you know, a story about Bible stories, you know, something like that. Or but the messages behind every last one of the songs that we're doing, and how those have impacted us, impacted me, impacted us as a company. Man, I think I'm excited to share that with people as well, in hopes that it can impact them too.
To play off of the TD Jakes, I bought one of his books called "Don't Drop the Mic," and it talks about his introduction into like how to become an effective communicator. And I started chapter 1 last
When did you
night.
buy it?
I bought it like a year ago.
Wow.
But and I've like skimmed the preface and got into chapter 1, but I was sitting in my room and I looked at it, and something just like, you should probably read. Like, put your phone down, put your laptop away, like pick up this book. And I'm like, okay. So I picked it up and just kind of started reading. But I also needed that to help me like be more effective when I talk about my ideas and things like that too. So for the podcast. But
did you get very far into the book at all? Like
just
even in chapter 1, like
just a little bit through chapter 1, but just pretty much talked about like Dr. King and Dr. Martin Luther King, and how when he was a child, he like how his dad never like sat in front of the TV because he was always working, but he said the only like one of the moments he saw his dad focused on the TV, and he knew it was like something serious moment, was when he saw Dr. King speaking. And that was like one of the pivotal moments that he mentioned, was like a powerful moment of like effective speech. And like if it was something his dad was like focused and watching, then he understood that as like, oh, something powerful is happening. So, and that's how powerful like communication can be when you do it effectively. It can like change generations and change history. And he was just making that point of how significant communication is.
It's kind of chilling in much of the same way that like how TD Jakes is, you know, at the time unknown, no name, you know, person, and he looks up and sees his dad glued to the TV watching this man speak on TV, not knowing that one day he's going to be the face that's on the TV. People are going to be watching glued, you know, tuning in to Spotify, tuning in to YouTube, hanging on to like words that he has to say, traveling all around the world, you know, just to kind of hear him talk. And and you know, for us to have grown up and to see his face, and both of us, you know, listen to you know, I've heard several of his messages and talks, and to be now given a platform that there's a whole generation of people who may not know who TD Jakes are, but they do know who Jeremy, you know, or, you know, they do know who David is. And it's kind of scary, you know, I don't want to like, you know, but knowing the impact that you can have, you know, on somebody, and and how powerful using your voice
Mm-hmm.
can be is just so good. That's good. Yeah, I look forward to hearing more about as you dive deeper into the book and kind of like the things that he shares. I listened to
Sure.
one called "Communicating for a Change" that helped me a lot. Um,
Was
as
that
far as like public speaking,
Mhm.
um, but he actually goes into
Mhm.
more detail
Mhm.
than just about public speaking, but how
Mhm.
you present and being
Mhm.
forward facing. And one of
Mhm.
the things for us and running this business
Mhm.
is figuring out all of those aspects. Like we have to
Mhm.
make sure the dancing is good, and then work on like the technical and the video, but then
Mhm.
thinking about the parking experience for folks as they come to our dance classes or when they come down to a concert, and what's the place smell like and what it looks like, and
Mhm.
just going into all of those. So
Yeah.
um
Yep, it all communicates.
it
The
all
message. Yeah.
communicates, yeah, who you are and what you
Mhm.
want your brand to be.
Mm.
And man, that's a whole another segment right there. Yeah. Well, I am super glad that you guys joined us today and listened in. Looking forward to keeping this thing going and let you know how everything comes together. We got through I Dream of Me, pulled it off, praise
Mhm.
God, and make sure that you follow the
Mhm.
process to see how Bible stories shapes out to be.
Yep. Till next time.
Appreciate you guys.